At Hornsby Heights, one of our community partner clubs, and one that have been with us from the get-go. I know we started KANO T3 Regional Football City Group in 2011, so it's a place with a lot of fond memories. We've got Cathy here as the club president. Cathy, I know you grew up playing football, consuming football, growing up in a very strong football culture, and we look around this community, massive oval here. What makes this club really special?
I guess what makes the club special is, first of all, the people, but the passion and the love that the people in the club have for football. And everybody is keen to develop their skills. The parents are keen for their children to develop.
That's important.
And I guess just overall, like the community and the support and the friends that you make out of the club as well.
What are some of the plans and ideas behind where you want the club in many years to come?
I guess my vision for the club is to, as you said, the women's side obviously is super important. But it's also, I guess, a very personal thing for me as well. Obviously, being female and playing football for such a long time. But I guess at the end of the day, what it means is that in the I guess, what the world is now and how people suffer with so much mental illness and all that sort of thing. I think football is an amazing outlet for people to come together. Whether you're a first division player or a 10 division player, there's still that community and that friendship, and people surround you all the time.
And I think that's, sorry to cut you off, I think that's so important, that sense of community, but it's also, gelled in with an appetite for skill development. The kids that come here are consuming football in an environment where they're learning skills. Maybe you want to tell us a little bit more about that. I know you've got yours, you've got your kids in the team too, and you've got your youngest one in the under 8s. How do you find that appetite for skills development in the club, and what's that culture like with skills development?
Well, firstly, I think if someone's enjoying what they're doing, they're definitely going to show up. They're going to show up to train, and if they're training 2 or 3 times a week, they're going to show up 2 or 3 times a week. They're going to show up at the games, and of course they're going to develop because they're going to have that constant practice. But I still think at the end of the day, your passion and your want and the amount of fun that you're having and how you're learning is definitely going to reinforce those skills that the kids are learning. So I look at my my 6-year-old. He's had a ball at his feet since he was born, in his bassinet. So and his skills are, I look at him and think, wow, I wish I could do that. And he's only 6 years old. So, he's got a ball at his feet all the time. He's up at Mockview every night. If he's not having his training, his brothers and sisters are training. So I guess it's that being constantly around and surrounded by football, and the skills just, the younger they are, the more skillful they become.
And I think what you talked about, there's a lot of kids who are very active in this community, and I think the club is the pinnacle of that, so it's the epicenter of that. It nurtures their love, and consequently, there's kids that come from parents who have played football, but also kids who don't play football so much. They're also affected by that. Your son plays and passes on to others and what's on. So no, it's you can feel that football culture in the community here.